Wi-Fi. Hold on.
There
Okay.
we go.
Or-
Thanks, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the great thing about live because I like it. A lot of people don't because I like the fact that you have to be ready and on and ready to. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on for another Facebook Live. Today we are very fortunate from Nevada, from the St. Rose office. Oh, Rookie of the Year. She learned to thrive in 2025. Kimberly Christie, welcome to the show. I love it. So, hey, well, tell them a little about yourself, all that good stuff. Maybe a little bit what before you did. I mean, you've got one full year behind you now, but what you did before real estate, maybe, and tell us a little about yourself.
Right. So I was a full-blown adult in a couple of careers before I came into real estate. I have spent most of the last decade waiting tables, bartending, which I loved. Did that in 4 states, and but I have experience in corporate HR, and I did some property management in 2 different states. So I was just really ready for a change when I came to when I got my real estate license. I was really ready to do something new, and it has been so much learning, which is just probably the best part of the process. Has been I'm learning new things constantly and exercising new skills constantly. So
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you're a worker. You're a worker. I see you. You're in my coaching. You're a worker. And as I jokingly tell you, you're the only rookie of the year since I've been here for 12 years. And honestly, I've been in this business for 41. I've never seen anybody do rookie of the year and achieve it, the income, the way you did it. People go, wow, what did she do? What did she do? Well, tell them what you did. I want them to hear your numbers and what you did and how you're turning that this year into more buyer sales and listings and so forth. But tell them what you did last year. It's so interesting.
so last year I did almost 70. I got 70 leases, and I sold 2 houses as well, and nothing happened for the first few months. And I had
Right.
came into this knowing that a lot of people don't make it past their first year. So my concern was stay active, make enough money to pay your bills, and stay active. And everyone has advice for you, and a lot of it is good. Like almost every way that people tell you do this, they do work. But I needed to I wanted to get good experience. And so as soon as I figured out how to do rentals, that was like I was getting paid to prospect. I was learning on the job. I was seeing houses. I was having conversations about real estate every single day with multiple people. And the people you're talking to are moving.
Mhm.
And they don't maybe they don't know other realtors yet. Maybe they're moving here for a great job and they just want to figure out what part of town they want to be in. Everyone you talk to knows other people, and the rentals really just felt like a key to getting so much experience, more experience than you could get if you were trying to prospect trying to prospect listings and buyers. It felt like I was constantly learning, and I was working all the time, 6 and 7 days, but again on my own schedule. So that was great. I had an incredible freedom with that, and I built relationships with a bunch of property management companies in this town. And
Right.
yeah,
That's
and
so
then you
great. So let's reclass. You had some real estate closings, but you had 70 leases. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's not quite two a week, but it's not far off. That means you were in, and here's the other thing too. Well, let me finish my statement. That means you were in your car. You were getting to know the area. You know how to get in and out of every area of Las Vegas now. Like you know a lot of realtors, you know a lot of property managers, right? You also, it's a tremendous way to build your network, your database, because these people, some of them, like you've learned Well, some of them think they want to rent, but I can buy, and then they learn and they can buy. Or as you're finding out now, then they buy a year or two later, right?
Yeah, and then they tell their friends too, because everybody knows people who, uh, are moving, who need a realtor. It's just it's a great way to get a ton of experience and yeah, learn the area. I've I can help you figure out where you want to be so much better than I could have if I wasn't. And I'm still doing this. And when you say that's almost two a week, I didn't get a single lease until May of last year.
Right.
So I did all of this from May to December because I had sold one house right out the gate, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be no problem. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I should have been realistic because we do have, my husband has a lot of family in real estate in this town, very successful people, and so I did know that they have worked very hard to get where they are. They knocked a lot of doors, and it's not just something you walk into and people walk in and say, so I'd like to sell my house. Can you help me buy a bigger house? Like, it doesn't work like that.
Right. Yes, you have some great examples around you, Mark, Kennedy. Right. So you have some really. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Oh, my mother-in-law Dina also, she
I
has
was going to
been,
say and Dina too. Yeah.
yeah, she was a realtor for decades, and she's a realtor now. Tons of experience, and her parents had a brokerage, like just tons of a wealth of experience to talk to. So I
She
didn't
is
come
a
into.
dynamite agent too. She's been in my coaching for a little while now too, and you guys are all. You know what's great about your whole group there? You guys are workers. You don't make excuses. You show up and you do it every day, whether it's leases or. But now that you've got those, and I've been giving you a hard time, and I do that with love because I'm totally impressed with the way you've done it and the network you've built, and now it's going to morph into something even better. And let's face it, a lot of times doing a lease, the amount of showing and the amount of paperwork, it's tougher than working with a buyer and doing a closing, right? So you have the whole buyer process down times 10. Now we're going to work on getting that listing process down a little bit too.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm working on that too. And but that's the thing. It's constant growth, and you can still do leases at any point in time, you know. And I've gotten some leases from people who had just sold their homes, which means their agent sold their house and then was like, bye. Like,
Right.
I've by people like, my agent well, they don't do leases, and it's like, well, they can. And for me, it's I want to deliver that full service from start to finish. I
Yeah.
am happy to, if you're selling your home but you don't want to buy again yet, I'm happy. I will always be happy to help you find something, because it's very relationship based for me. I
Mhm.
want to do I want to do a good job helping people with the biggest choice they ever make in their life, with their you know and it's a privilege to be part of that. And it's not always it's not always a luxury. You're help everything is a win when you help people get into a home, and you help people figure get the get the freedom where
Yeah.
they're going. Like, it's nice.
Well, I agree with you. See, when I started, we used to call the home ownership the American dream. I wish we would do more of that because it is the American dream, and the respect and the gratitude that's in your voice about it is why you were rookie of the year, and you will continue to be incredibly good. Like Paul gave you a little pep talk before we started, and I agree with him 100%. You were built for this business. I can feel it. Okay, it comes out, it oozes out of you, and I'm going to tell you, your clients and customers, I'm sure they're already seeing it, and your repeat and referral business will be off the hook. And like you said, you have tremendous examples, starting with Dina, who's your mother-in-law, which is what I mean. Been in the business for a long time, and Mark, and of course Mark, and Kennedy too. So, and you were at the convention this year too, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I'm going to the convention. I'm going to the
I'm
convention
giving you a hard
next year,
time.
but
Yeah.
I missed out. missed
I know.
out.
Well, Mark didn't go either. He sent me a picture on Sunday of there was a picture of me and Kennedy, and he goes, "I love this picture," and I'm like, "Yep, you can call me Tex, Mark. It's okay." But anyway, so it was me wearing a cowboy hat, and his daughter, who's obviously very photogenic, way more than me, of course. So,
Oh, I
but all right. So tell us a little about. So tell us. Okay, so I'm an agent. I'm trying to come out of the gate like you did. Give them some gems. Like, what are your top three things that you would tell them to focus on to really maximize, this game business type of way of life? It's all of that called real estate.
I mean, I did immerse myself in things in learning, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I read books, I listened to podcasts, and I could, because I wanted to become fluent. Every time you change, like, a culture, and this is a culture, you're going to want to learn about it, everything. And so I did a lot of that, but I also ask questions, ask all of the questions. And I have asked questions that I felt so stupid asking. Like, this seems like it should be obvious to anyone. Ask questions constantly, because that's the best way to learn and not be acting on an assumption that's incorrect. But then also, one of the best pieces of advice I got was, someone said, "Well, just get leases." And I said, "I don't even know how to find rent. I don't know how to find renters. I don't know how to do that." And so I reached out and talked to property management companies and introduced myself. And because I had been, for the last decade, working at two jobs most of the time, and mostly two restaurants, or a bar and a restaurant at all times, I was used to working a lot. So to me, that wasn't, because I know there's some people have a dream where you're going to go make a lot of money doing luxury, and you're not going to have a grind. And it doesn't always, I mean, if you can do that, God bless, but like, it doesn't always work like that. And so I was ready to put in the work. So I made good relationships with a couple of property management companies, and that helped a lot. Um I I probably have 40, 50 leads at least, every day, for people that are moving. And that's huge.
Yeah,
that's
it is huge.
that's Next year will be bigger. The year after will be bigger. I am much busier now than I was last year. And that was my goal. Just keep improving, keep growing, keep learning.
And you have
That
buyers and sellers mixed in as much way more this year too.
I do. I do. Yeah. And I'm
That's
so
good.
grateful for so grateful for that. Like, it's been such a pleasure.
Well, good. So the first one is don't be afraid to educate yourself. Hey, well, what the hell? Get involved in my coaching like you are, but also listen to podcasts and listen to books. I do the same thing myself. It's so good to keep your brain in the right category. Give them another one. What's another one you think would be good for them to focus on?
Make connections. Make connections.
Yep.
People don't, because there's so much freedom how you spend your time. People don't feel like they need to come into the office. But I can't tell you how many times I've gotten calls because people said, "Kim can help you with this," or, and then who to ask for things too, or I don't know where to find this or that. I don't know, because every single situation I've had has been wildly different. So sometimes I'm going to experienced agents and asking, "What did you do when you had this happen?" And they're saying, "I never had that happen." But they know who will be able to help me answer my question.
Yeah.
And the your fellow realtors are not, I mean, they're a resource.
Yeah.
Make friends, talk to people. Everything they know can help you.
Right. Yeah.
And
So true. So true. Make connections, and then I would say even help have some experienced agents. And isn't it great in this office? Not just St. Rose, but also California, Arizona. We're a company of people that if you reach out to somebody, 9 out of 10 times they're going to help you, and they're more than Like we have Tony in this office, we have Maria Martin, we have, I mean, there's so many agents out there that'll take the time to help you and explain and do the right thing. Coco, by the way, Coco's the only other agent that did a lot of rentals his first year too, but nowhere near as many as you. Well,
Awesome, awesome. Yeah,
he was rookie of the year too, was my point.
I've got help from Wendy Rushing at
Wendy's
the Southwest.
awesome.
She's been great to me, and just just reach out to people. That's because everyone is running their own independent business, and everyone is doing things differently, but they all have something to offer you, and in terms of experience, knowledge, and it's just it makes it less lonely also, because I do like having coworkers. I do like having you know, people around you that are on the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, when you doing bartending and tables and things like that, it's a very social. That's why you do really well at tips if you're a social person and you talk to people and you appear to be interested. It's always better if you actually are interested. You know, I'm sensing that you understand what a fiduciary responsibility is and you take it seriously. That's the impression I'm getting from you, and not all agents do.
Yeah, I have I did take the classes to get to become certified to help culinary union members and
Nice.
people getting home as possible grants. And I'm very excited to help people who might have thought I'm going to be renting forever. Very, very excited to help them become homeowners, because it to have the freedom to get a dog or a cat, or when a family member needs a place to stay for a while, to not have to ask for that, like not have to ask your landlord, is it okay if my brother comes? Like, these are huge freedoms that people might not have seen themselves being able to have, and I love that the fact that I will be able to help people recognize that it is possible in their lives. So
Good. Good. So, what do you think? You know, coming off your rookie of the year season, what do you think? Tell everybody what your goal is for this year.
well, I gotta say, I've had other jobs in the past that I did a good job at, and I never felt the recognition that I have felt here. People celebrate your wins with you, and I have loved that. So continue just building on my last year. Sometimes I get discouraged, and I think it might be because I have superstars like next to me. And so, you can't look at other people and say, "Oh, I'm not doing as much as they are." I am doing more than I was doing yesterday. I'm doing more than I was doing last year. I just want to continue building on that, learn how to do more things, um, have more have more contracts this year, have more closings this year. Everything, I want to continue learning all the time, because this has been constant improvement, and I want to continue that.
That's
I
great.
want to live
You can use
this
you can
year,
use
and
my saying. You can use my saying too. You're going to elevate your mix in 2026.
100% elevate
Yeah.
my mix in 26. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and when it comes to the superstars around you, remember their power of examples. You don't need to compare yourself, because most of them that you're talking to that I know have been in the business a lot longer than you. You got to build that momentum. You got a pipeline to build. You're going to create that, and it's going to start churning on its own. And who knows, you may surprise everybody and take the lead one day too. It's not out of the question.
Well, I
There you
mean,
go.
I love that, but I also I love how much of a good time I'm having, and how good I feel about what I'm doing, and the unprecedented freedom that this job gives you. I mean, you can do anything, you can run your business any way you want to, and that is awesome. That is hard to
It's
come
awesome.
by.
You can do it based on your own personality, and you can do it your own way, as you did, right? You went out there and you
Absolutely.
created it, 70 leases and some real estate closings as well. And then now this year, you're going to have repeat and referral, and you're going to have all that good stuff going on, and you're prospecting and you're talking to people and you're filling a pipeline. I know this because you're in my coaching and you're doing all this stuff, and I know the commitments you make, which are incredibly good. So awesome. So, all right. Any final words you want to leave these lovely people out here in Facebook land?
Also, if you're interested in this career, definitely reach out to someone who's doing it and get more information. Um, and introduce yourself to me when you see me, because I always could use more friends. And if you are trying to figure out how to improve your business, definitely reach out to Rick. There's
Thank you.
always, yeah, no, I mean, it's been very helpful to me. Just, I don't want to have amorphous goals. I want to have more concrete goals. And talking to someone else is a great way. Someone with a lot of experience and education is a great way to get further ahead. So, yes.
Well, awesome. Well, you're an awesome team player. I know you love being here, and we love having you here. And it's great. Somebody who, like I said, your work ethic and your attitude and the way you take. I love the gratitude and the responsibility in your voice. It's very, very evident, and it's very impressive too. So you keep it rocking, Kimberly. You're the best. Thanks again,
Thank
Paul. Bye, everybody. We'll do this again next week, same time, same bad channel. Thanks, Kimberly. Thanks for being here today.